I can't believe I'm saying this, but we finally made it to our first stop on our year-long journey in
Thailand.
Thailand.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Woo.
Now, I will say it wasn't easy getting here. That's for sure. There's just a lot of hoops and requirements you have to kind of like do before you're allowed to even enter into the country. So in this video, we're gonna try to go through a few of those and just, update you on what we have to go through.
Like Lauren said, there are a few documents you have to have before you can even enter into Thailand. Number one, and kind of the most important, is your COE or your certificate of entry.
Yeah.
But in order to get your certificate of entry, you have to have proof of insurance with the minimum of
$100,000 in coverage for COVID-related
illnesses.
Yep.
And you have to have proof of your ASQ hotel reservation fully paid. And we'll go over, your ASQ is pretty much your alternative state quarantine location. The government has a list of hotels that you have to quarantine at, and you select which hotel you want to stay at. You pay for it in full, and your hotel will send you a letter stating, that this person has paid in full for their stay.
Yep. And then you use that booking confirmation plus the insurance to be able to actually get the COE. So,
also, your flight confirmation.
Yeah. So you grab all those documents, you send it to the embassy. The embassy will process it and then send you a letter back with the certificate of entry, which is what you'll use to get into the country.
I would say you need about 2 weeks for that process. Some people got their stuff back way quicker, and we did ours we tried to do it a month before, but the embassy said that because our trip wasn't close enough, they were taking their time processing ours because we reached out asking, about updates and stuff like that. So
yep. So it seems pretty complicated, but the embassies have it laid out of what exactly you need to have and what exactly you need to do to be able to enter the Kingdom of Thailand.
It's super easy. I swear it probably took me 15 minutes to fill out everything and send everything in.
Yeah. And this might not apply to you in the future. As of now, the quarantine was originally 14 days, which is what we had booked our ASQ for the 14 days. But we realized that starting April 1st, which is the day that we arrived, they actually reduced the requirement now down to 10 days of quarantine, which is good for us.
Yes. So another document you need is your Fit to Fly. We use Dr. Donna, which I heard a lot of people in a lot of the Facebook ASQ groups use. I'll put that information in the description. Super easy. All you did was pay $14 US. They have a video conference with you, and to make sure you don't have any symptoms, you upload your 72-hour COVID test results to the portal, and then they send you your Fit to Fly certificate. So make sure you get your COVID test within 72 hours of your departure. If you're like us and you were okay, hold on, I'm trying to count the hours. My intelligent husband here has built a tool you can find on our website. The link will be in the description, that helps you calculate your departure, what time you need to get your COVID test so that it's accurate and within the 72 hours. I've heard plenty of stories where people did theirs 80 hours and they got denied. They will not let you in the country. They're not playing.
Yeah, they're very strict about the time you take your COVID tests. So just make sure you take it within that 72-hour period.
Exactly. So let's go over it again. You need your COE. In order to get your COE, you need your proof of insurance. Mm-hmm. You need your proof of ASQ fully paid, and you need your proof of your flight confirmation. I've read recently that you no longer need the Fit to Fly to enter into Thailand starting April 1st. However, when we landed and we got there, they did check to make sure that we had the Fit to Fly. So make sure you keep checking what the new requirements are because they change every day.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules and regulations changing from time to time. So like Dyonna said, just make sure you check your Thai embassy's website to see what are the most recent rules and requirements that they have right now.
Right. Also, bonus information. We have already made our first mistake as well, 2 mistakes as full-time travelers. The first mistake was we did not know, and this might be common sense, so y'all can let me know in the comments if I just was not, didn't have the common sense. We did not know that there was a difference between the tourist visa and the visa that you get on arrival. So the tourist visa is 60 days. The visa you get on arrival right now is 45 days, usually 30, but because of the quarantine period, they've given you an extra 15 days so that you have, your whole 30 days within the country. So we did not apply for a tourist visa beforehand with the embassy. So now we can only stay in the country for 30 days. So if you want to stay longer than 30 days, don't be like us. Make sure you apply for the tourist visa before you come. So the second mistake we made was we were at immigration and, we're at the line. The man is about to take our fingerprints, take our pictures, give us our stamp for our visa. And he asked me, so where are you guys staying after, your ASQ quarantine? We need an address. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. And he was like, well, we can't let you in the country unless you know. So you need to book something right now. And I was like, right now? And he's like, right now. And I was just like, okay. So I had to hurry up and go on Airbnb, book a reservation, and give him the address, or they would not let us in the country. So don't be like us. Have your next accommodation booked before you go so that you don't get stopped and you can actually go into the country.
Yeah, but they were super friendly about it. They weren't mean and giving us a hard time.
Yeah, not at all.
It was just a requirement that they had to make sure that we had. Yep.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to mention is be prepared to wait.
It's a long wait. After you finally land to Bangkok, as you're going through the airport, they have seats that are pretty much spaced out, and they have you sit on each of those seats and wait until they get to you to check your documents.
Yeah, so we literally sat for 2 hours just waiting to no one even checked our documents or anything. We waited for 2 hours for anyone to even check our documents at all. And then people finally came over, helped you get your stuff together, and helped you fill out some questionnaire and stuff like that. And 2 hours was just waiting to even have your document looked at. Then you have to go through a whole nother hour of getting your documents checked by one person, then walking over, getting it checked by another person, then walking over and getting it checked by another person, then going through immigration. Then you get your bag. Just be prepared to wait. All in all, after 24 hours of traveling, we had to wait an additional 3 hours to even get out of the airport.
So it's not as bad as we're making it seem.
It's honestly. Not bad. That's not just bad. Be prepared to wait.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of waiting. But you can tell that they're very serious about making sure that you have all of the required documents and that they're following certain procedures to make sure that everyone's safe, which I like. You can tell everyone was pretty serious about it. People were in their full hazmat suits. Mm-hmm. Everyone had masks on. But it was cool. I mean, it was very interesting, that's to say the least.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Anything you want to add?
No. We're gonna share our experience in ASQ. This is probably our second official day of quarantine. And I guess one thing to mention is your first day when you land here, that doesn't count. That's considered day 0. And then the next day is when your official quarantine period starts. So to clarify, so we have to quarantine for 10 days with that additional 0 day, which would be 11 days.
Yes. Exactly what he said.
That's not going in.
Why?
It's not.
Why?
Because it pisses me off.
Why? Why? How did I piss you off?
You're just laughing.
I can't stop.
What the
I
heck?
can't stop. I don't know why. I can't stop. Every time you talk, it just cracks me up. Baby, don't be like that.
Anyway, be prepared to see a couple of videos regarding ASQ and our experience. Go ahead. The food.
Food.
That's it, pretty much.
The food.
Because you got nothing else to do here.
Nothing.
The food.
Like, y'all, I actually had to spend time with Lawrence. Like, it's like, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. But yeah, make sure you
like
and
comment
and
subscribe.
And don't forget
to put on those push notifications so that way you get notified each time we put out a new video.
And as always, thanks for doing life with us.
Peace.
Sawadika.
Kapunka.
We're still trying to learn Thai. We don't know anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But we got Google Translate though.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. See you next video.